seeing from David since he's now preparing more time?
Yeah. I mean, every day he's getting better. From the moment he took his first snap in Cleveland to now, you see him growing just in his process, the way that he leads. And you just love to see it, as a teammate of his.
Brandin, how do you prepare for such a for the defensive backs of the Buffalo Bills, especially with their aggressiveness?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, they got a great secondary. They've been playing at a high level year in, year out. And the way that you prepare for that is just, watching film, and practicing, working on your craft. And, when it comes game time, you hope those things, come to fruition.
Hey, Brandin, how have you been able to stay so consistent throughout your career? It always seems like it doesn't matter who your quarterback is.
Yeah.
You always go out there on the field and produce.
I'm blessed, man. God's given me a gift to play this game at a high level, since I was a little kid. And, I'm just grateful for the gift, and I try to take advantage of it the best way that I can, be the best player I can, continue to work on my craft, and being confident and knowing who I am, being playing multiple teams. But at the end of the day, I know I can continue to play this game at a high level, and I'll continue to show that as long as I'm playing.
You have more yards through 3 games than any receiver in Texans history. That includes Andre Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, and you've done it 2 quarterbacks. This is the best start of your career, I'm guessing. How do you explain that, considering you are playing with a rookie?
I know, once again, when you really trust in the process, you trust in your craft, you put in the work, everything else take care of itself. I'm honored, but at the end of the day, we're just getting started. And at the end of the day, just got to continue to work and be the best I can, and continue to lead those around me. It's not all about me, it's about everyone. And if we can get some wins here, it'll be even better.
Kelly said that it's fun to see how defenses are going to try to contain you in bad ways to where they can. Is that fun for you, knowing you're going to be the focus of the defense?
Absolutely. That's the challenge, that you look forward to. But you put in the work, and at the end of the day, there's some great defenders out there, and you just got to continue to just put on great film and go on those battles. And I look forward to it week in and week out.
Kelly and Collie also talked about your preparation, and that you're really smart. And how much do you think what you do during the week helps you on Sunday?
It helps me tremendously. I mean, at the end of the day, when you practice right, typically you put yourself in a better position to succeed on Sunday. And I really take that serious. I've been around, great players who took the week serious in practice, and I learned behind them and I learned through them, and I mold that to my game.
Davis said you guys work after practice together. Obviously, it's more reps you're getting, but what else did you both take away from that?
Well, again, all of us, all the receivers and pass catchers are, working with him after practice. And I think that's important regardless if he's young or not, just because it may be something going on in practice that you didn't hit, that you want to walk off that field with a bad taste. So, you get it after practice. But you're also able to talk to what you're seeing, what you feel. You necessarily can't do that at the flow of practice, so you kind of get those opportunities after. And I think we all do a great job of that, not just myself, but all the pass catchers on this offense.
How do you guys determine kind of what the thing is you want to spend that extra time doing from one day to the next?
I think it starts with, okay, did you hit it in practice? If not, okay, we're going to get that after practice. And little things that you're not typically able to work on just because you only got so much time on the practice field. So it varies every day.
What does it mean to you to have your defense coordinator, Lovie Smith, say that the way that you practice helps his defensive backs be able to prepare for the wide receivers like the Buffalo Bills have?
I take that seriously. At the end of the day, they got to get prepared. I got to get prepared, and getting that battle out, in practice is huge. But I just try to do the best that I can to lead in unnatural ways, not just making plays, but making others better around me. And I think I've shown that throughout my career, and I'll continue to do that the best way I can.
Is there anything that you all can do as a wide receiver group to help open up the running game?
Blocking. We got to block, and we got one of the best blockers in Chris Conley. He does it at a high level, so he really leads that room in that aspect. He takes it serious, and you see it week in and week out. You got a lot of respect for him, and so it makes us around him, be better and take that serious as well.
All set?
Thank you.
All right, guys. You have a good one.
I feel pretty good. You know, I've been making steady progress throughout the week, so following the plan that we have set, and it's been going pretty well.
When do you expect to play?
Yeah, at this point I do.
Hey, Justin, what comes with the challenges of facing a team like the Buffalo Bills? We already know they have Stephon Diggs, but they also have 3 other receivers that you guys got to, keep an eye on.
Yeah, they have a talented offense. Allen came in as one of the favorites for MVP coming into this season. So he's obviously a talented player. And then they have Stephon Diggs, they have Cole Beasley, they have Emmanuel Sanders, they have Isaiah McKenzie, who's a really fast cat. So they have some talent. But it's just like that's the NFL. Every team has talent. Every team has firepower. So it's just who plays better on Sunday.
As a leader and a competitor, how hard was it for you to watch your team play last week?
It was tough. It was tough. I really wanted to be out there. Unfortunately, I couldn't even be on the sideline because it was a hazard for me to be out there where my knee was at that point. But, yeah, I just wish I could be out there with the guys helping out anywhere I could. So we still keep moving forward.
How much different is the scouting report on Josh Allen now versus when you guys played him in the playoffs?
Yeah, he has a little bit better of a pocket presence. You can really see he has a lot more confidence in his arm. Still a mobile quarterback like he always was, but from the tape that I've watched, he's not as, I wouldn't say not as mobile, he just doesn't run as much because he trusts his arm to make the throws that he wants to throw.
They have one of the pass-heaviest offenses in the league. You hear them talk about wanting to just kind of avoid third down altogether. I know it's something, but what sort of pressure does that apply to a defense when they're going to pass on early downs a lot and try to avoid third down?
Yeah, well, as a DB, that just tells me there's opportunities for interceptions. You know what I mean? But it's going to come down to rushing coverage. As long as we're getting pressure in his face, but also keeping him contained so he doesn't use his mobility to get out of the pocket, there'll be opportunities to make plays on the back end. We know we're going to have shots down the field to Diggs. We know that Cole Beasley's a favorite target of his go-to guy. So we're going to have to keep a special eye out for those two.
You talked a lot about fundamentals and using your eyes, trusting your eyes. How hard would that be this week playing against Josh Allen, knowing that if he does get out of the pocket, he's a threat to either run or throw?
Yeah, well, fundamentals are fundamentals for a reason. They're where you start with. They're the building blocks, so you take that with you and pack it up with you, whether it's a home game or an away game, and that's what you lean on to begin with. So I don't think it'll be any more difficult as long as you just, stick to them. I mean, they're the bread and butter of what makes defense work is your fundamentals. So as long as you're checking off those boxes, making sure if you got man coverage, you're playing eyes on your man. You got zone coverage, you're feeling whatever your zone is. And don't get your eyes lost with all the, play action or whatever is going on. If you have clean eyes, it's going to be really easy to do your job.
One of the leaders on
Talk about crowd noise and bad atmosphere. What have you heard about the Bills' experience?
Oh, Bills Mafia, I heard it's pretty crazy, man. I got a former teammate of mine, Harrison Phillips, he got drafted to the Bills. So I follow his Twitter page, and I see all the things that he does in the community every day. But Bills Mafia just seems like it's awesome. Now, it won't be as loud when I'm on the field. Obviously, their offense is going to be out there. So it'll probably be a little bit more quiet than when our offense is on the field. But I still love going to away games. I love the electric atmosphere. I love being the guy to step in and kind of go attack another team's home turf. So for me, it'll be a lot of fun.
As one of the leaders on this team, have you gotten a chance to just talk to Davis Mills, away from the field, just to see where his mind is, especially now that he is the starter?
Yeah, he's very cool, calm, and collected. This guy doesn't seem like anything really phases him as far as in a stressful way. He has a talent. It's just settling in. It's been a tough year so far for all the rookie quarterbacks, but as long as they keep getting the experience and he keeps staying on track and does what Coach TK is coaching him to do, he's going to settle in fine. He has a lot of talent, just has to iron out some of the wrinkles, and he'll be fine.
How much did you guys interact with Stanford at all? Did you overlap at all?
About Stanford?
No, did you?
Well, I lost a bet to Kaimi last week when they played UCLA. I'm sorry, one more time?
Did you guys overlap at Stanford at all?
My last year was his freshman year, but he had an ACL injury, so he was in the training room more than he was out on the field.
Coach Lovie Smith said that he wants to get a lot of pressure with just the front four. Does that make it hard for you all when they're not blitzing or they're not getting that type of pressure? Does it make it harder for you?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that football starts in the trenches, both on the offensive side and the defensive side of the ball. Everything starts up front. So if you have pressure up front, you have dogs up front that are really getting after the ball, creating havoc, it's going to make everything else fall in line and be really easy. So I'm a big fan of how they rotate and how they keep those guys up front fresh. And as long as they're creating pressure, it's going to make opportunities for everybody to make plays.
Hey, Justin.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Hey, Justin, what has been, part of the reason why we've seen such a different version of you out there on the field, especially with your ability to create takeaways through the first 2 games that you played?
Yeah, combination of things. I'm a big fan of Coach Lovie Smith's defense. I feel like it's one of the defenses that was made for me just because it lets me just be more aggressive and be myself. And when I see opportunities to make plays, I have the green light to go and do it. So I love the system. I overall feel more healthy. And I just, going into 4 years in the league, I just have a different level of confidence and maturity with being able to diagnose what's happening on the offensive side of the ball because you've seen it a couple of years in a row now. So you just get to play a little bit faster.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.
A few regular season games at guard. Do you feel like there's anything you've kind of seen early on that you maybe didn't get a taste of in training camp or in the preseason?
I think everything's a little different when you get into a game. Everything's faster, a lot of different schemes, a lot of different players. So I just been taking it day by day, learning each day.
What's going to be like going up against that front seven?
It's going to be a battle. We got a pretty good front seven. They got a pretty good defense in general. I think the goal is for us is to improve, keep stacking on the good things we do and learn from the mistakes we make. So we go out and then compete at a high level, do what we practice to do, and I should think we should be fine.
What's your comfort level like now, having played a couple of games and having some time under your belt at the left guard position?
Yeah, I think I get comfortable, more comfortable every week, every play. It's still, it's a learning process. I think I'm doing, a pretty good job, but there's always room to improve. So I'm taking it day by day to get better, to be the best version of myself for the team.
What did you see on film from last week that you all can improve on in the running game this week?
I just think it's just attacking it, more every play. I think we missed some assignments, so we don't need no more missed assignments. Then we can be better on the double teams. It's just a lot of little stuff that I think that we do, but we wasn't consistent with it. So I think the biggest thing was being more consistent in the run game, and that can help us better.
When you guys do stick with the run, even if you're not having the yardage that you might hope for, do you feel like ultimately it keeps the defense honest and maybe sort of bruises the defense up a little bit?
Yeah. When you stick with the run, you just keep running it. Even though it's probably not getting all the yards you think you can, that's when the play-action plays can come, the big shots and stuff like that. And I think that's one good thing about our offense is we got a good play-action game. So I think we just, should keep it going, keep improving on the running game. It's going to get better, and we can go from there.
Is there kind of a chip on the shoulder of the offensive line or just the offense in general about the running game, maybe not having the early success with the yards that you hope for? What's kind of the mentality for you and the guys?
Yeah, we just, like we said, we watch the film. We always want to get better every week. The first week we rushed for a lot of yards. Came back second week, didn't do it. Third week, we didn't rush for a lot of yards. It's just like I said, we just keep stacking on those wins and those losses, and we keep moving forward with it, just getting better day by day. And I think, like I said, for us, it's the biggest thing for us to be more consistent. And I think when we do that as an offensive line, the sky's the limit for the offense.
The team runs a lot of twists or stunts against you. Does that require more of you as a guard now than it did before when you were playing tackle?
Yeah, I think it's a lot more when you play in guard with games and stuff than it was tackle because it's such a small space, and you have to knock the guy over for the tackle, then you have to come back and block your guy. So it's a little bit more, but I think we've got a lot of games ran towards us this first couple of games, so I think it's a good thing for us to get all those reps early on in the season so we'll be prepared for the rest of the season.
What is your assessment of Davis after his first game started?
Oh man, I think Davis is gonna be a pretty good player in this league. everything didn't go his way, didn't go our way as an offense. But I think he battled. I think he showed that he can play in this league and he can lead this offense, lead his team, and I believe in him.
All set. All right.
Yep.
Thanks
Thank you.
everyone.
Good season.